you know, I'm just here sipping my morning smoothie, parked next to a missile silo. We're Joseph and Kaylin, full-time RVers on a mission to show you what you've been missing in the so-called flyover state of Kansas. Last week, we explored the western side, where towering rock formations rise seemingly out of nowhere. How is this in the middle of Kansas?
I have no idea.
This week, we're headed into the central part of the state, where we uncover a surprising number of unique attractions, including a decommissioned missile silo. And you can actually sleep underground if you want to. This is an Airbnb that you can rent out. We'll take you inside this once top secret military bunker to show you what life underground was really like. Plus, we'll share a few more stops you'll want to add to your list if you're into truly wacky roadside attractions. This video is brought to you by eTrailer.
When Kaylin was planning this trip through Kansas, well, let me set the scene for you. She was sitting at the desk and she goes, "Hey Joseph, what do you think about parking next to a missile silo and then getting a tour of that missile silo?" Yes, please. So of all of the things that have been on our Kansas to-do list, this is the one I'm most excited about.
And we're not just parked next to a missile silo, we are camping, we are sleeping next to a missile silo, which is a little disconcerting. I mean, obviously there's not missiles.
No, there's
in
no
it
missiles
right now, but we're about to go out and meet Matthew, the owner, and get a tour of this cool place.
I did just have a thought though. I do hope that, you know, other countries know that this is a decommissioned missile silo, because it's on the map.
All right, so this is Matthew. He owns the missile silo here. How does the government just decide to decommission missile silos and sell them to the public? Like, how did you even come across this?
When they would let go of these missile bases, first dibs would usually go to a local city or municipality. The city of Williston, they could have purchased this for $1.
No way.
Yeah, it cost $12.8 million to build this.
Oh my
And
word.
that's back in 1959, $60. If you take into account inflation, construction cost increase, you can build this place today for $150 million. Although the city didn't need the bunker, they did remove the diesel generators used to power this facility. If the grid were to go down, they used that for the power plant in the city. Since they didn't need the bunker, this actually afterwards passed on to private individuals. So the last two guys who owned this were just, one guy was farming the land with cattle, another guy was haying the land. They weren't doing anything with the bunker itself.
Matthew stumbled across his first decommissioned missile silo when he was just 10 years old, and that started a lifelong obsession with these underground facilities. The Atlas was the United States' first ICBM, developed in the 1950s as a response to Sputnik, a satellite that the Soviet Union had successfully launched into space.
We recognized if the Soviet Union had the rocket technology to put up a spy satellite, they could send over nukes.
So the United States decided to build its own missile defense system, the Atlas. These missile bases were built to be 52 feet in diameter and 176 feet deep. But what really sets it apart is the concrete. It was poured in one continuous stretch so that it could withstand a nuclear blast. At the surface, the concrete is 9 feet thick, and those launch doors are 3 feet thick, weighing in at 75 tons each.
So the way that this operated, you had large hydraulic rams that would open up the doors, an elevator would lift the rocket to the surface, and then it would launch.
But the Atlas was never used. Just 4 years later, it was already obsolete and replaced by the Titan. But the country didn't let our Atlas missiles go to waste.
When they decommissioned this program, there was a technology transfer between the Air Force and NASA with our great space race with the Russians, and so we repurposed the rocket. We took off the warhead, put on a space capsule, and sent some of our first astronauts into orbit on top of an ICBM.
Time to go underground! Ooh, it creaks creepily too. Oh my word. Oh, there's another door.
Yes, so you see this button? This would buzz you into the next room. Electronic locks would unlock the door. You shut the door behind you, pick up a phone, look into a camera, and say your access code. So if you say the right code, the next door gets buzzed open, you can go through. If you say the wrong code, you're trapped in this room until military police take you away. So this is known as the entrapment room, but you guys are authorized to come in.
As we made our way underground, we couldn't help but notice a very specific and strategic design.
So we've already gone around a corner, another corner. Engineering is such, if that explosive force were coming down here, each time it has to stop and turn, it's going to lose up to 10% of its energy. So by the time it got to the curvature of this door, that would dissipate that energy into these thick concrete walls and blow out that hole just above. Okay, next we're going to go down to the top level known as the ready room.
Oh, this is cool.
Wow. Next, we came to the ready room, where the Missileers used to live. Matthew has turned this area into an Airbnb, so if you want an incredibly unique experience, you can actually spend the night right inside a missile silo. Nothing behind there. Underneath this room was the Mission Control Center.
You had 5 officers on duty. They were on duty for 24 hours on, 48 hours off, and shuttled back and forth to the main Air Force base. And then you had 2 security personnel maintain patrols, making sure everything was safe. Here's the original launch control desk. Unfortunately, they gutted it when they left, but fortunately they left it here and didn't haul it off for scrap.
All right, time to launch some missiles. Here we go. The buttons are missing. Something's wrong here.
But the part we both wanted to see the most was the actual silo. We had to enter through 2 more blast doors, and then we looked down and down and down into the abyss, which was covered in 60 to 70 feet of water.
It's incredible.
Did you just hear that echo go?
I didn't realize it.
To give you an idea of how deep this silo really is, listen to how long it takes to hear the splash from a bucket of water.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my word.
That's a long time.
It takes a
That's
little
a long ways.
a long time.
Wow. That was
So cool.
insane.
I did not expect the actual missile silo. I don't know what I was expecting, but when we actually looked over the edge and looked down and saw,
So how deep it was.
I suddenly had, you know that feeling when you're looking off a skyscraper and you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach?
butterfly?
Yeah, I was just like, oh boy, this is high.
It's so bright out here.
Sunshine!
I don't know how people do that.
Yeah, I couldn't stay underground for a long period of time. That would get old fast.
I mean, you could stay underground if you book their Airbnb, or you can stay above ground like we do with our RV. It's dry camping for now. He has plans to put in a full hookup campground in the future, $36 a night, and then the tour is $25 an adult. But that is like one of the coolest experiences, hands down, that I've ever had in my life, to be able to go inside a freaking missile silo.
It's gonna be really hard to follow up a missile silo with the rest of the things that we have to show you.
We're gonna try though.
We're gonna try, and I still think they're pretty cool. And so if you come through central Kansas, then maybe you wanna put one of these other things on your bucket list too. Do you see what she does when we are gone? So in the Brinkley forums, this couch is basically said that it's super, super uncomfortable, and it is. So
Trinity
she
agrees.
just agrees and does a little extra padding, and then we're good, right? That's how you like your couch. Hello, you awake? You awake? Hi.
I know this might come as a shock to you, but I'm really not that organized of a person.
No.
But just because I'm not that organized doesn't mean that I don't have frustrations and want things to be in certain places. And for, I don't know, what, 6 years, we always kept these chairs in the underbelly of the RV, and Kaylin can attest that I would complain every time I had to go get dog food out from underneath the RV or rabbit food or whatever, that I had to pull the chairs out to get to the tote, and it was just a whole thing.
I like to call the basement the abyss, because once something goes in there, it's very hard to find and come back out. You look like you're struggling
I'm
there.
struggling.
Do you need me to put the camera down and
No,
help?
I just needed the wind to calm down for 2 seconds.
It
There
is
we go.
so flippin' windy in Kansas. They were not kidding when they said that Kansas has the windiest city. It's not Chicago, it's Dodge City in Kansas. And we're not in Dodge City, but we might as well be at this point.
But we're getting sidetracked. We weren't talking about wind. We're talking about chairs. We're talking about my expert organizational abilities. This is gonna get filed under one of those upgrades I didn't know I needed until we bought this truck and it already had it installed. The cool thing with this toolbox is if you have a backflip tonneau cover like we have, it goes right over top, because most toolboxes are gonna come out on this and you're gonna have a cover that starts here. This tonneau cover just hides it right away, just like that. And now, wherever we go, our chairs are always with us, because before I would always forget to dig them out of the basement and we'd get somewhere and we'd want to watch a pretty sunset and we wouldn't have chairs. Now, since this is their permanent home, we've got chairs.
And can you guess what we're gonna try to do tonight? So stay tuned. Look at all this space we have for our jugs and our new traction boards.
Actually, the traction boards, I discovered I can set them. They don't fit perfectly, but they fit perfectly enough.
That's pretty nice.
The tonneau cover comes right down on top.
That's pretty sweet.
So that's out of the way as well. You want me to lift that back up?
Yeah.
There you go.
Does this go, I don't think I knew that this went back. That's part of it, right?
Yes, this is part. So it has a step down. You can put stuff on top of here, get it out of the way. It's almost 9 cubic feet. You can lock it securely. It's technically called a truck bed chest, not a truck bed toolbox, but you're gonna find it in the toolbox category on e-trailer.
If you don't have one of these toolboxes yet, you know what's coming. We're gonna put a QR code on the screen up here, link in the description, so you can click that, go to e-trailer's website. It will lead to our specific one, but check out all the others. If you don't have a tonneau cover or one that fits it, like they have all different kinds there. Everything that you could ever need, RV parts, accessories, everything.
Now if only e-trailer had something that I could use to actually organize my tools.
I literally got you toolboxes for your birthday.
It's a toolbox, it's a joke. I'm using it for chairs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's interesting to me how Kansas has changed even from where we were in the western side to over here. So on the west side, it was pretty flat.
It was.
You had a lot of cornfields, a lot of farms, and then we saw the rocks just kind of rising out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Now in central Kansas, it's more rolling hills.
And it is getting more rolling the further north we go.
Yeah.
As we go, it's, oh wow, this is a big hill. Oh wow, there's
like look at this, all of those rolling hills. Kansas is not flat.
I know I said I was excited about the missile silo, but I'm actually super pumped about this stop too. We drove 70-ish miles north. We are just outside the town of Lebanon. And the reason I'm pumped is less to do with where we are exactly, but more the fact that I know something that Kaylin doesn't know.
He did some research on this spot.
Kaylin does all the research. If you've been around here for a while, you know Kaylin does all the research. I'm just along for the ride, but I did some looking up on this because I had some questions, and well, we buried the lead. Welcome to
the geographic center of the United States.
Right here, we're right smack dab
in the middle of the country. And I think this means the contiguous United States versus the continental United States. There is a difference.
Kaylin and I were having this discussion on the way up. So contiguous United States means the connected, all the 48 states that are all connected. Continental US, I was in the car, I'm like, that means the same thing. It's the ones on the North American continent.
It doesn't.
Add Alaska, because Alaska is on the North American continent as well.
So Hawaii's the one that's left out.
But when this was made the center of the United States, there were only 48 states.
Yeah.
So at that point in time, it was literally the center of the United States. Now it's the geographic center of the contiguous United States. Do you have all that figured out? All right, you ready for the little factoid?
I'm ready. Okay, give it to me.
how did they determine that this was the direct center of the United States? Because if you have a circle, you have a square, you just do some measurements to figure out
Do I get
the dead
multiple
center.
choice or I just have to guess?
Do you want multiple choices?
No, I'll just guess.
Okay, give us your best guess.
So
no reading signs,
I'm
no
not
nothing.
reading signs. I'm thinking. You seem excited about it.
I'm
So
very
maybe
excited.
it's a funny thing. So did they have a person on each coast who had strings that walked to the middle? I swear I didn't
Those
look
are
anything
some
up.
really long strings right there.
I don't know.
I like where your brain's at because I like the idea of, okay, we're gonna walk 10 hours a day and meet the middle.
I don't
but
know.
that only gets you the middle from one direction to the other,
Right,
not the
right.
north
So
south.
tell me.
All right, so here's the details. What they did is they took a cutout of the United States. They cut it out like the map.
On like cardboard?
Out of cardboard, some sort of solid material. Then they took a pyramid and set it on the pyramid, and they kept moving it around until it was perfectly balanced, so that all the weight was perfectly distributed. Because if you did that with a circle, if you set a circle on top of a pyramid,
okay.
it would be the dead center of the circle where it's perfectly balanced. So they did that with a cutout of the United States.
What?
Isn't that a cool way to determine it?
That's insane.
As two people who have literally never been to the location of like Four Corners or those
The major
iconic
popular
spots where you go to something, we have now been to the geographic center of the contiguous United States.
I feel pretty special about that. Looks like you can get married here if you want to. I would probably classify something like this as a wacky attraction.
Absolutely.
Or quirky stop. We've done a few of these. We did a whole mini series maybe like a year and a half ago where we found some wacky stuff on the way back from Alaska to New York. So we'll put that playlist in the description. But we're headed to another wacky attraction, and this one is the world's largest ball of twine. This is such an interesting story. So Frank had a family, nearby farmer, stumbled over a ball or some twine that was random, and instead of burning it, he just kept winding it into a ball and he never stopped. So it was as big as his barn door. It measured 7 feet. And then the city was like, that's cool. Can we, bring more tourism to the city with it? He won the world's largest Guinness Book of World Records on 1973. And then he had someone in Minnesota contest it and pass him, but they came back, kept adding more twine to it, surpassed Johnson's ball at 40 feet, and now it's at 46 feet because you can bring your own twine and add to this ball and make it even bigger.
They have a guest book. I was flipping through the guest book, just reading what people wrote, and I want to share 2 distinct entries for you. So on March 26th, someone said, an awesome display of American and the hard work of our farmers. Not sure that many people even know what twine is for or what it's used for. Somebody from Arkansas left that. And then Peyton on the same day left this. Very large ball of twine. Kind of cool, I guess.
Kind of cool. Next, we're gonna head to Wilson, which is only 4 miles from where we're staying at the missile base. It is the Czech capital of Kansas. Has a lot of eggs around it.
I was gonna say, by Czech, you don't mean like the things that you write for money and send to the bank.
CZ, but I really think we should go check it out.
Oh my word.
Are you proud of me?
I'm very proud of you.
I can't believe you didn't come up with that yourself.
You got a groan out of me right there. That was impressive.
They all look hand painted.
Yeah. How are you? Are you the greeter? The danger is we might have to buy the mix. It's pretty good.
It's good? Mm-hmm. It's the white chocolate raspberry muffin mix. We always like to get souvenirs that are consumable. So what do you say?
Ah, it's Wizard of Oz.
It's Wizard of Oz.
Kansas. I like it.
It's gonna commemorate our Kansas series.
That's a win.
If you've ever been to the town of Custer, South Dakota, you know that they have painted bison statues all over the place. It drove Trinity crazy. Well, what bison are to Custer is what the eggs are to Wilson, including the world's largest Czech egg.
If you're like me and have no idea what a Czech egg is, it's a tradition that the Czech people have around Christmas time. They would paint eggs, exchange them, and there's a name for the artistry that is done on the egg, but I'm not going to try to pronounce it. It's chrysalis or something like that.
See, you did try to pronounce it. Did you learn it from that
I learned it from
board
that,
over there?
that
Okay.
information sign.
Okay, good job. You retained
Thank you.
information.
For all of 2 minutes. I'm getting hungry.
Me too.
Before we go over to the Midland Hotel, what is it, Railroad?
Midland Railroad Hotel.
Okay, I did need to point one thing out, Kaylin. Come
What?
here, come here, come here.
What? Check it out! That's amazing! This was so serendipitous. We're getting ready to walk into the Railroad Hotel, and then we hear a train coming through. Joseph rushes over to try to grab footage of it, but I mean,
Makes sense.
it makes sense
Makes
because
sense.
this was a major stop on the way from between Kansas City and Denver. So it just all works out. Apparently, we're going into the basement of the hotel.
Maybe it's a speakeasy.
Did you decide what you're gonna try yet?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I don't know if I've ever had this or not. I'm gonna have chicken fried steak. And what pushed me over the edge is it is their almost world famous hand breaded top seller. So why almost, I'm not sure, but it says it's a must try, so I really have no choice.
I'm gonna have the a grilled chicken sandwich, please, with sweet potato fries. We've got one more stop to make. This has been a very packed day, but we're trying to maximize central Kansas. So this is gonna be the Rockland Trail off of Wilson Lake Reservoir, one of the cleanest and clearest lakes in Kansas. And it has some pretty cool formations at the bottom. I spy the rocks.
We got rocks.
That wasn't too bad of a hike.
No,
so
not too bad at all.
If you do the whole loop, it's 3 miles. I think we've been about a mile down one side of the little lollipop.
So you can totally cheat and come down a mile and back
go
a mile.
back the same.
And not do the full loop.
But our waitress at the hotel restaurant
Sorry.
was saying, and just running into me.
I know, just bashing you.
So she was saying, because we were like, is there a scenic overlook to see over here? And she goes, the Rocktown Trail is gonna be your best bet. And they look pretty cool. I wonder if this is made of the same type of chalk as the formations in western Kansas. No, I think it's different. I think it's that limestone
It's
stuff.
the limestone? Okay.
Because there's a whole bunch of fence posts and things that are around this area made of the limestone, which was originally put here by immigrants and settlers. So I think that's what this is.
And when she says originally put here, it's not saying that the limestone was originally put here.
No, they carved them out.
The limestone fence posts.
Yes.
Just wanted to have a clarification that the immigrants were not coming with giant rocks of limestone that they deposited by the lake. Hey, Kaylin, doesn't this one look like the Lion King?
Oh yeah. What is it called? Pride Rock.
Pride Rock.
That's what it's called.
There we go. Right there. It even overhangs on the other side.
Are you supposed to be up there?
Well, I'm gonna go by all the carvings that I see here. I'm not the
No.
first.
Don't go by all the carvings.
I have not seen a sign that says do not. So I am.
I don't like that logic. You have got to be kidding me.
Okay, ready? Hang on. Dun 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 dun. It's the circle of life.
You need Ollie in your arms or something.
I figure I might as well get a picture of the view from up here. Here we go. Got some video from the top of the rock so that you don't have to climb up here if you don't want to. If you fall into the Kaylin camp of even if there's not a sign, you're not climbing.
Are you serious right now?
Zero drama.
That is not zero drama, that is 99% drama.
Perfectly.
Is that how you got up there?
Maybe.
Oh my word. And there's a rock down here you could fall on and bash your head. And then who's gonna tow the RV?
That'd be you, because Trinity ain't driving. This is the only tricky part. I have to get around this rock that's at my hips.
Be careful.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
Rock climbing was not on the agenda today.
Ta-da!
I am so glad we made time for this
Yes.
stop because we weren't sure. We thought maybe the sun's gonna set sooner.
Maybe we'll just go
We're
to
not
a
gonna-
lookout.
Yeah, just see what's
Yeah.
there. But no,
Nope.
this was worth it if you want to do the hike down to the rocks. They're super neat. I've been thinking through this whole thing as we've been doing the Kansas mini series because we did Western Kansas. If you haven't seen that video,
Go
we'll
back
link
and
that
watch it.
below. This is Central Kansas. Next week, subscribe because we've got Eastern Kansas to do. And it makes me sad that we waited 7 years to fully
true.
explore Kansas.
That's true.
But I'm also happy that we're doing it now.
Yep.
So I hope you guys are enjoying this mini series. Again, subscribe if you love it. If you want to join us next week, and we'll see you then and show you what there is to do on the eastern side of the state.